I've had enough. All of you are not using the right comp. After trying to spread the word for months to no avail, after hounding streamers for hours after his release only to be ignored, and after trying to get YouTube videos made of this comp only to be met with silence, I have decided I will do it myself. Apologies for the very belated welcome, but none of you are using ratio to his maximum free potential. Now that I've got your attention, I'll quickly show you just how powerful the comp is, why it works, how much damage I am actually doing compared to you, and hopefully enlighten you all to start running this comp so I may finally rest. First I'll start off with my ratio. He is nowhere near his full potential. I have 3 rather bad relics in the form of his helmet, his boots, and his orb. But I also have 3 rather excellent relics, which are his chest piece, his gloves, and his robe, which I believe overall give him an average build, if not a slightly superior one. Which does mean there is a lot to be desired and a lot that could be improved, like his current crit rate. But worry not, with his trace that gives him 15% crit rate, and running 4-piece imaginary set, he is sitting at a base of 75% crit rate, which is more than enough. If you see other ratio builds, you will see many that are far better than mine, and I am not using ratio signature. I will swap between Yanqing's signature and Herta's signature to see ratio stream 3 experience. And while Yanqing's signature is easy to obtain, like whether you got it through accident like I did on the standard banner, or buying it like I did for Branya's signature, it is equivalent of his free potential, as the only difference between this and Herta's weapon is how often or how much more damage you want your crits to do. Overall, they are about equal, so worry not if you do not have it. His traces are as shown, and his eidolons are E0. A true free experience. Bronya can be replaced with any substantial support really, whether that be Ting Yun, Pella, Yukong, Aston, Silverwolf, Topaz, any future supports and the like. Bronya and Asta however allow me to use attack boots on ratio, and to maximize his damage currently, that is what I am doing. Her traces are not maxed, as you can see. Her Lycon is, as I mentioned earlier, his signature that I bought, and she is at E1, which you do not need at all. My Ruanmei is rather underperforming, as I do not have any memories LC, which means I have to run meshing cogs. And not only does that mean I'm decreasing base stats, it also means I'm not reaching the break effect threshold to give the maximum damage bonus. She could massively be improved. Her traces are as shown, and she's at E0. She is running an energy recharge rope to enable me to 3-turn ult, but again she could be improved to help support my ratio. And finally, the hero of this comp, it's going to be Welt. Sustain Welt to be specific. He is why this comp is broken, and is currently, or well momentarily within this comp, the best character in the game. To give you a quick rundown on just what he provides, he imprisons enemies, giving ratio 10% crit rate and 20% crit damage. He shreds their defense using Luca's weapon, which is, due to there not being no other defense shreds in the team, a multiplicative damage amp for ratio. He provides vulnerability with his ult, which is a separate multiplier, once again multiplying your ending damage. He imprisons and he slows enemies, allowing you to stay alive, and he provides ratio with his 5 debuff quota, essentially giving him, on top of the crit buffs, a 50% damage buff on top of that. All while replacing what would be a sustained character that doesn't even come close to providing the offensive power that Welt does for ratio. You would want on him enough effect hit rate to guarantee an imprison, which is, with ratio, 43% for most enemies. And I am running Penacony on him in order to do a specific speed tech with Bronya. It's fine if you use an effect hit rate chest piece in order to reach such thresholds, because my substats are rather bad. And once you get his E1 in the future that I currently lack, you can run him on a DPS build and do 60k damage skills on top of whatever he is doing with ratio. Do know that there's also different speed tuning builds that you can do where ratio comes in front of Bronya in order to replicate what I'm going to do. There are many different ways to play Welt sustain, and all of them are interesting, fun, and more than anything else, more powerful than any other comp or sustain character you could use to replace Welt instead. I will do 2 different runs to quickly show you what I mean, why we'll run down just how much more damage I am doing than you, and after showing both of his free light gun potentials, hopefully you will spread this comp like the plague, and I can finally rest and give Welt the reputation he deserves, as well as bringing attention to just how magnificent of a character we just got for free.
Do you want to enter the
Okay, it will be MLC 12 first half, as it is weak to imaginary. Oh my, you have no idea. After completing the runs and going to edit the video, I realized that the game volume was simply too loud and that you couldn't hear me talk at all. And unfortunately, you need to hear me talk because Welt sustain is not easy, even though it is currently better than your comp. So I will be exasperated and unleash my rage on this rematch, which they will certainly lose, but I am still rather miffed. We use Welt's technique because Welt's technique has a guaranteed chance to imprison due to him having higher effect hit rate, like we built him for. I will do the guide on how to do this. I will be miffed while doing it, so do please bear with me. Now, due to speed tuning, I can do a little something special with Welt here, which allows him to get his ult. Now, I could have basic to use his ult there, but I like to use the skill to slow both of these down, so that once I decide to skip their actions, it would skip both of their actions. Enough for me to easily clear this chamber.
You know nothing about survival.
Don't worry, you haven't seen the real world damage yet. Are both ensnared? Oh, the soldier is not ensnared. But you are. That is wonderful. Now, due to a high effect hit rate, you shall guarantee the ensnare.
Lend me your strength.
And now, once again, I shall repeat, or we'll get to why this comp is so much better than yours. And that's because, while you are doing a decent amount of damage, I am doing double that. Don't worry, if you carry on watching until the end of the play, you will see that I am still using Yanqing's weapon, and that this is purely free to play. This is within your realms of possibility. Welt sustain is just that much better than your comp and the sustain, and Welt is a standard character you can get for free by using your selector. Now, the reason I didn't target the soldier so that he may die with the MLC modifier is because we want to get Welt's ult back. No, I didn't crit. That's a rather unfortunate one. But we want to get Welt's ult back.
Let's begin.
And now we have enough energy to do so. Unfortunate, but we make do with what we have.
Some value are eternal.
I'm asking questions.
And due to ult, we can easily guarantee the follow-up here. Now, you could skip the summon, but I prefer to skip Kafka.
You know nothing
I
about
find her to
survival
be much
or
more of a
destroy.
problem.
There is no other choice. Leave it to me. Stand down.
Every petal.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Do apologies for the silence, I am rather tired. Now, I should be at maximum damage buffing in order to
You'll pay. Lend me your strength.
Your
We've
answers.
entered the storm.
You want to weakness break both of them so that their action is delayed till the next cycle.
Time for some
Don't worry,
hardship.
I'm still doing much more damage than you.
There's more to life.
Now while these soldiers do still can't attack for free, as you can see, Herta cannot follow up for she is imprisoned. And I am left with a rather bountiful choice here. What am I to do? I believe I am to pierce it. Okay, the road.
I'm asking questions. Answer me. 0 points. SAS knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
I have enough energy to get Welt back on the basic, but with both ratios follow up and Bronya being able to advance and forward anyway, with all these buffs
You know nothing of survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
and Scarron, unless he doesn't crit of course, but don't worry, we have a second one, which doesn't crit
Some
either.
value, I suppose.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. A truly rare occurrence this is.
Every petal.
Oh, what a
All will
fool
be
I have
swept
made of
away
myself.
by the wind.
But don't worry, I'm kinda happy still doing 2 times as much damage as you. Now I'm going to carry on twirling my mouse so you know that this isn't edited and there is no eidolon or weapon being added. And here we go. No eidolons cheated in. The relics are the exact same. Quickly run through them. Traces remain the same. Weapon has obviously not been changed and superpositions have not been added. While sustain is just simply that much better than what you are running. Please put respect on Welt's name and respect on ratios. Now, I'll quickly go over just how much damage in the short burst I did. On the skill, I did 65k, which is not maxed by the way. And then the follow-up after that did 140k. Meaning, in a single skill, I did 200,000 damage. The ult that I used after that did the initial hit of 110,000 damage. And the follow-ups after that, triggered by the ult debuff, each did a 100,000 damage each. Meaning the ultimate did 300,000 damage. Altogether, in one skill and one ultimate usage, Dr. Ratio in this comp at E0, S0 did 500,000 damage. I'll be generous and let you run Yanqing and Bivital with his signature, or Jinglui with her signature, and include one enhanced skill fully, and one ult, and in a blast scenario, see if you can match 500,000 damage. If you surpass it, fair enough, but at the very least that just goes to show how strong this free character they gave out is. Now I'm going to swap to Herta's weapon, and do a speed run, even faster than what I just did. And not give any advice this time, because the amount of times... This is what, round 4? God damn.
Show your courage. Sound lingers.
Stay.
This will be rather fast. The only difference is I will crit, because obviously higher crit rate weapon.
Stay
Exact
calm.
same deal due to how I speed tune things.
This battle is unavoidable.
But
Lend
I'll
me your
base it this
strength.
time to show you what I could have done. Both of them are fully debuffed, so I could pick
Stand
whatever I
down.
want here.
There's more to life. Every petal.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Exact same deal, but I have more.
I'm asking
Oh, if anything changes, I will alert you of it. Oh, no crit. That is
You know nothing
hilarious
of the
when
way
this is supposed to be a
survive or
crit
be
move.
destroyed. There is no other choice.
Action delay happened as per before. Both are ensnared, I believe. Oh wait, never mind, the soldier is not. But once again, high effect hit rate.
Lend me your strength.
Now, as you will
We've entered
see,
the storm.
this will do less damage than Yanqing's weapon.
Crush them.
But obviously the benefit was more crit rate, which means odds are... Well, first of all, I still do, like, what, 30 to 40k more damage than you? So there you go. And second of all, I crit.
Truth and elegance.
So this is why this works. Exact same deal, we want to get Welt in.
Let's begin.
This is just bad news now.
Stand down.
Oh, you lived. That's rather
Lend me your
excellent.
strength.
Leave it to me.
Somehow existence is limited.
And now with
Your answers?
such high crit rate, an additional 10% from the 4-piece imaginary set, with 90% crit rate,
Answer me.
that is a finish.
Let's begin.
And this is different than before
You'll pay
because
for
I
this.
am Ruan May was allowed to use a skill last turn. I'm able to advance
Lend
forward
me your
ratio here
strength.
and target whoever I
I'm
like.
asking questions.
And I believe I dislike the soldier.
Test.
But the end result is still the same. We want to cancel out Kafka's dominate because I believe that is much bigger problem than the soldier spawning in.
You know nothing of the way. Survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Will you not though? Although do let me check for a second. 26% break effect. I believe my ratio does have more. He does, but it's not worth the efforts. I will, depending on. I will. Yeah, sure. I will
Stand down.
first do
This
this.
battle is
Although I
unavoidable.
believe I should have attacked you. Well, no more enough for next time.
Every petal.
All will be swept away
Kafka
by
is
the
not
wind.
ensnared, so I will sadly not do maximum damage when I attack her. But don't worry, once again, as I shall repeat, I'll still be doing more damage than you.
Your answers? Answer me.
You'll pay
I'm not
for
going
this.
to use his ulti
Lend
to
me your
reinforce my
strength.
brand new,
We've entered
so I
the
get the
storm.
full damage.
To guard and defend.
Now once again, I'm going
Crunch
to
them.
up the soldier,
I'm at SAS.
because
Knowledge, the measure of truth.
I want the soldier to be able to die. But I'll still skill Kafka, because if I do not weakness break, she acts within the cycle.
Test.
Sad, but it's still more damage than what you had here. I do hope you got the point already.
There's more
And
to
while I
life.
could skill here, I very much want him dead. So like Kafka may get hit with all 8 of these, leaving her at 9%. And giving ratio a shot to finish this
Your
problem.
answers? Answer me.
And that is the end of the run. Easy, sped run, perfect. Now that you know how much better this comp is, please very much do use it. Welt is a very much slept character, and ratio being free is currently being overlooked and being underestimated, simply because people are not maximizing the benefits you can do. There's so much power that is not being tapped into, and he's doing more damage than our previous CPSs. Please try being more creative, as this comp is obviously stronger than what you would have immediately perceived, and it worked to sustain very healthily. Please do run this and finally give me a break. I can stop requesting Welt or sustain Welt to everyone I see or meet, and hopefully he gets the reputation he deserves. Now then, thank you for watching, and I'll consider my job done.